I know I've made a couple of videos about advising people that it's better to not seek happiness. But I sort of see it differently now, and I look back on my life and I see where how this concept has actually helped me. Because without this sense of seeking, at least moving away from discomfort towards comfort, nothing would exist, right? We are machines that are fundamentally built to do this. Look at everything around you. Look at this technology I'm talking on. It's magical, right? All of this stuff in the whole world that we can see was built simply because of the human nature. We consistently move from discomfort towards comfort. Another way of saying that is to you make choices that you believe will make you the happiest or the most comfortable in the moment. Even in the long run, you'll make very painful choices, but only because in the long run you can see it will provide more happiness. This really is our nature. I can't see any behavior, any choice, anything that's done that isn't done in this light. We are happiness or peace seeking machines. We are constantly scanning our surroundings and our lives to find where the discomfort or the unhappiness is to try to remove it. Or we're trying to look to a future where there are increased levels of peace or of pleasure or of happiness, and we work towards that. Every single choice that we make is that, regardless of how the choice looks. I mean, you could look at someone who goes to war and they're willing to die, but they believe this is a better option. They believe this is the happiest option for them because that's what they want to do. It's the same with drug use. That's what they want to do, even though, people die from it quite frequently. It's always the best option that you can see available to you. There really is no other way. But this happiness is of course an idea that we never fully reach. In a sense, this happiness never happens because we are trying to find it in seeking or in things out there a lot of the time. But it is very motivating. It is the primary and sole motivating force that we have as humans. We're simply machines designed to seek comfort. Even though we may make ourselves uncomfortable in the short term, it is because of future comfort, future happiness, future positive emotions. For ages, I would try to, because I had a lot of addictions in my past, and I would try to stop them by writing lists and lists of reasons why I shouldn't do them, of all the pain and the shame and the financial, the health costs, the relational costs, everything. I would write lists of these, and I did this for years and years and years, and it never worked. For whatever reason, focusing on the negatives just doesn't really work. But as soon as I focused on the positives, as soon as I saw that there was some positive in the drugs that I was doing and realized what it was, which was simply this momentary pleasure, and then I saw that in my life, what I'm seeking is happiness and that these drugs are never going to bring it. In fact, they take away from it. Instantly, it all just fell away. There were no urges, there were no cravings, there were no withdrawals, no temptation. It just left. Because I could see that these were not providing me with even a little bit of happiness. It was just this momentary pleasure that stopped me from actually being able to find happiness in my life. So I looked at my life and I looked at all the things that I do and looked at all the chances that I would have to actually have happiness. And the only way that it was going to happen is if I just stopped all these addictive drugs and behaviors. It was really the only option. And as soon as my mind saw that, straight away, they all dropped. Because that's what we are. We can manipulate this powerful, fundamental force however we want. All you need to do is direct your attention towards the possibilities, what has the greatest possibility in your life to bring you happiness. And then suddenly that will become important, and everything that doesn't bring that will fall away. You can do this with relationships and with work and with your purpose, with whatever it is you want. It's really powerful stuff. If someone had told me this years ago, I wouldn't have listened, but now I see the power of it because it really worked for me. If you're having trouble with it, write it down. Write down all the things that you want, all the things. How happy do you want to be? What are all the things that you think are going to bring you joy and pleasure and peace and all those things? And figure out the things that aren't bringing that, though you keep doing it as though they are. You just haven't really looked at it yet. And then see where you can have the possibility of getting it. And then the other things will just fall away very easily. If you forget, just remind yourself, it happens again. They just fall away. It's really incredible. For me, I'm not the happiest person, to be honest, but the chance of getting some kind of positivity or happiness or anything is better than none at all. And while I was using substances or drugs, I could see very clearly that there was just no chance. I was confused for a while, but when I saw this clearly, I could see that while they were in my life, there is no chance for me to ever get any goal that's going to produce any level of happiness. Then I look towards my life and the things that I do, and I realize that that's where happiness is. That gives me at least the chance, and that's enough to motivate me for the rest of my life to just not take addictive substances or addictive behaviors again. It's really powerful stuff. It really drives you like nothing else. So that's all I really wanted to share today, guys. Hopefully that helps. Have a good one. Cheers.